Hello, everybody. This is Linda Davitas, owner and founder of healingsOnTheGo.com. I am the host of Healings on the Go. I'm a psychic clairvoyant medium, author, Reiki crystal healer, magnified healer, dolphin healer, professional space clearer, candle manifestation channeling, and a whole bunch more. To find out more of my services, go to healingsOnTheGo.com. I would like to welcome my special guest, Kendall Bell, to the show. Welcome, Kendall.
Yay! For having me, Linda. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure rocking with you guys over there.
Welcome back. Welcome back. A lot of people wanted you back on, so here you go. It's always a pleasure to have you on. So
always
today,
a pleasure to be accepted. You know, you guys are awesome over there. I appreciate you.
Thank you. So today we're going to talk about toxicity. And exactly what is toxicity? Kendall, would you like to let us know what your perspective is?
My perspective on toxicity is basically anything that's harmful and unpleasant and, you know, pervasive to our bodies. Anything that's within us that does us no justice, that does no good for us, that drains us, that takes away our life essence. You know, I consider it can be a habit, it can be a thought, it can be, you know, it can be anything that drains us, basically, is what toxicity is.
Exactly. And I would like to say a quick hello to Anne. Welcome, Anne. Welcome, Ria. Thank you so much for joining. Please like and share my show. It will be greatly appreciated. So yeah, toxicity, I believe, is also in places and things. You know, when sometimes you go into a store and you feel like, you know, some kind of bad energy. I always pick it up at stores for some reason because so many people are in there. Mm-hmm. And to me, it's like a lot of people don't have problems going to stores, but to me, I'm too sensitive. And I'm like, when it's too much, I'm like, let me run out of here.
Yeah, I've been learning better ways of just harnessing my energy and who I am. You know, I realize, you know, when you're out here like us, you know, especially like when we have a purpose to help people, we can't hide from the masses. You know what I mean? We got to learn how to walk in a room and let the vibration of the room just be around us, our auric field, you know, and I'm realizing that now. And I've been practicing that more than ever. Like when I go into any environment, nobody's energies are going to intercept with mine unless they're going to empower me. And when they empower me, that's when we, you know, my auric field comes bigger and I'm able to spread my wings a little bit more and I'll connect with more people. But everywhere I go now, I have a bubble.
Exactly. And that's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Everywhere.
Sometimes when I go to stores and it's overwhelming, I just can't help it sometimes, even if I feel in a good mood. It also depends on the moon. Because like yesterday, it was really strong, the double full moon, and I felt it like, you know, in waves. Some people don't feel it at all. So we're so sensitive to it. And it did bring a lot of anxiety for people. A lot of people's phones weren't working. I had like 3 people that were telling me about their phones. So it happened to them in different ways. But the most common healing that I did for the double full moon was healings because of the anxiety it was pulling up. And now we're going to be an eclipse soon. So the eclipse energy forces you to change whether you like it or not. Like there's major life changes.
This is true. This is so true. Huge transitions, a lot of letting go, you know, a lot of letting God, you know, whatever it is that you believe in, like you just need, for me, it is, I can only speak from my perspective. I truly do believe that right now is my time to face my shadows more than ever and make peace with them. And that's what I've been doing. I start to do these things before the full moon. So I'm already there. I'm already prepared. So like 2 weeks before the full moon comes, I already feel the effects of it. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
already starting to do my work. I'm making sure that I'm drinking my water. I'm making sure that I'm reading good literature and the things that I want to manifest into my reality. I don't watch TV or anything that's going to play a role in how my reality is going to be, because again, everything's an illusion. At least from my perspective, it's all an illusion. And like I notice now more than ever, whatever I think about happens, no matter
Mm-hmm.
what. So we got to watch our thoughts. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
We really do have to watch our thoughts. Go ahead, you go and see a car, right? You see a car that you haven't seen in 20 years, 30 years. You go and see that car once, and all of a sudden you see that car everywhere. You know what I mean? Because that's just our mind and the power of our mind. And we don't realize there's so much that we're learning about with ourselves and who we are and how connected we are to everything. But again, how we have the ability and the power to shape our reality, that's becoming more evident and clearer to me now, nowadays. And honestly, it's magical. And I want everybody to know, like, wherever I go now, I make sure that I just sprinkle a little bit of my knowledge and my magic, and let people know, like, you're special, like you have abilities in you that you haven't awakened yet, and wake them up. You know, I don't let anybody else like sprinkle anything other than that good magic onto me.
And
That's
don't
it,
you
yo.
love it? It's
Yeah, I
like when
love it.
something negative comes in my mind and I'm like, delete, delete. I don't want to think of
Yeah, yeah,
that.
listen, that's what it comes down to. It comes down to us being, just sure of who we are. I feel like a lot of us, we live our lives and we're not entirely ourselves. And I feel like a lot of the stuff that we've been programmed with, it stops us from realizing the truth about what's really going on around us. What's really going on around us is all of the lies about who we are starting to unveil. Everything is coming to light now. Who we are, even our relationship, people that have been married 30, 40 years, they're realizing that the person
Right,
that they were married with, like, that's not the person that they want to be with anymore. You know what I mean? And then they
right.
realize, like, this person was just here for chapters. The reason why we suffered so much is because we were supposed to come to this agreement of, listen, this is where we're at in our level of life, respect each other for the lessons, part ways. And if we come back around in the 360, then we come back around. But we're not supposed to hold these chains on people and make people stay in situations, or us stay in situations that we're not supposed to be in, because it's like, it's better to not suffer than to suffer from your own hands. So it's a hard
Exactly.
choice to make. It really is, because sometimes it's your family that you have to turn your back on. Sometimes, you know what I mean? It's your job. It's all these things that you've been attached to for so long, but that's the key word there, is attachment. What does this
Exactly.
attachment do for me? What does this attachment, does it fulfill me? Does it bring me purpose? Does it make me feel like a better person? Do I feel like a superhero when I'm attached to this, when I'm touching this, when I'm, experiencing this? And where I'm at in my life, I just want to be next to the things that make me feel like I was when I was a kid, before all of life hit me. Because I realize where I'm at, when we get there, it's bliss. It's euphoric. It's
Mhm.
like we start to see things differently, and we're more open
Exactly.
minded, and we're more open hearted, and we're more open to new ideas and things like that.
That's right. It's true. And toxicity to me is just like it spirals in, like, it looks like a branch with all these branches, and it comes out, and it's not only negative for the person, but it's also negative to everybody around them, because it's branching out into, the energy field and stuff. So you're right. We do have to ground ourselves and work on ourselves, because as much as someone does you a healing, you also have to do the work as well, because you control your own mind. Like, we can heal you, but then right away it could come right back, and you can feel like, oh, my thoughts just made me not feel good again. So that's what I'm trying to help them through the channeling. And that's one thing that I do a lot of, is candle manifestation channeling. And it's not only the healing, it's the advice from the guides. So it's up to them. Take it or leave it, but this comes through me. And then it's the wax reading. So anyone that's interested in the candle manifestation channeling, they can find it at healingsOnTheGo.com. But back to toxicity, it is branching, and it needs to be cleared as soon as possible, because of for your own benefit and your health, eventually it becomes too much. Have you noticed when people would spend so much money on Gucci, clothes, this and that, but when you tell them you need a healing, oh, I don't have money for that. I'm like, I can only do so much, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. But it's
but
like that also with like working out. It's like that we, because of our minds and the way that we're programmed to be, we want instant satisfaction. We don't, it's hard for us to spend our money on things that don't bring us instant gratification. Like it's really tough because we're thinking about the now. I apologize for cutting you off, but
no, you
yeah,
didn't. Go ahead.
but
We want to
yeah,
say
no,
a quick hello to Allison. Sorry. Allison keeps writing. Hello, Linda and Kendall.
hey, Ali,
Mhm. Go ahead, Kendall.
thank you for tuning in. But yeah, honestly, the toxicity it's coming out more than ever, but it's not coming out for us to project. It's not coming out for us to hurt other people or hurt ourselves. It's coming out for us to make peace with it and actually realize that our darkness is just as powerful as our light, and we got to balance the both. And the only way that we balance the energies is by transmuting all of the negative things that have happened, or what we think in our human minds, the negative things that are happening. We transmute them and we turn them into power. I fell down the stairs. No, I got down the stairs faster. And by me getting down the stairs faster, I ended up not getting into a car accident down the road. We really have to start realizing that we have the power to rearrange everything that we thought was in place and change our reality. Like we can turn, like it's just like going in your room and making your room over. Changing the bed and putting your bed over here and your dress over here. It's the same thing with our reality in our life. And
Mm-hmm.
those things that are coming up right now, especially with the double eclipse and everything that's going on with the energies, it's basically reflection time. And we
Exactly.
all have a choice to make with the toxicity, like what we're speaking about. We all have the choice to make. If we continue to choose this pattern that we know does not give us anything other than pain and turmoil, if we keep on choosing that, that's what we're going to get. But it's going to hurt more, and we're going to be alone while we're doing it, because the people around us, they're having the same choices, and a lot of these people are going to choose positivity. They're going to choose to
Yeah.
have uplifting thoughts. They're going to choose to the thing that's not. It's like sticking your finger in a socket and continue to sticking your finger in the socket. Who's going to continue to do that? You know what I mean? Especially now when you got kids in your home and your house can catch on fire and you have dogs now. Like, we're not young and reckless anymore. And if we can get this across right now, and we can send this message to the younger kids, and we can skip them, like save them from spending 20-30 years figuring out what we know now, but we're now getting it at this age, and we're doing our job, all of us. It's very important that we all do this. I was just writing earlier. I've been doing a lot more writing, more dream journaling, and I was just writing about the importance of us figuring out who we are and breaking these generational patterns and whatever people call them, curses, patterns, but these things that have been bestowed on our brains that have kept us literally in chains. We're connected to the moon. We're connected to the stars. We're connected to the sun. We're connected to the earth. We're connected to everything, all of us.
Exactly.
So if the moon can move water, if it can affect water and animals, why wouldn't it affect us? So it's very important that we get grounded. It's very important that we watch our thoughts, watch our diets. It's about that time, and there's enough information out here now to support these things that I'm speaking of. So it's now down to a matter of choice. What are we choosing to do? Because
Exactly.
the next revolution is going to be the revolution of consciousness and love
Exactly.
and empathy and spreading divine order. Nothing else. All of this stuff now that's trending, with all of this negativity and all of this stuff that just degrades humanity, all of that stuff's going to be gone soon. And going to have an even playing field. Everybody's going to have a voice. Everybody's going to be able to
Exactly.
speak, but we all got to become the greatest versions of ourselves and
That's right.
accept the truth about who we really are. We're all magical.
Exactly. That's true. We all are, but some people don't realize it. A lot of people are closed off and they don't want to, those are the kind that get stuck on that dimension. You have to, right now, things are elevating, and even they say it on the news, manifesting, the world is going up in frequency. So you got to come up with us, because to just realize what is serving you. If it's not serving you, you're going to stay on that lower dimension. You got to help yourself. And a lot of things have attachments to it. Not only people, things attach itself to everything. So by just kind of one by one cutting the cord and learning from it, you're healing a part of you little by little. You know, some people get overwhelmed, but that's what I tell them. Little by little, you can do all that. You know, the chakras are very important because they affect the health. So by learning how to clear them and doing healings, I do healings when I'm not well. I go to my twin. She gives me a healing, you know, then I work on myself too. So I do a bunch of things, but I don't stick in it because then it becomes heavy and then you really don't feel good. So I always tell people, cut it to the chase. Don't let it accumulate. What are you waiting for it to be like a whole mountain?
Yeah. I've come to the conclusion that I stopped telling people anything and I'm just showing them. And it's either you're ready to become your greatest version or not. But we all got to heal. And this toxicity that we hold within, we're going to keep attracting. And then what's even worse, these things that we don't figure out now, we pass down to our kids and their kids. Like we have a chance to just break it all right now. Everything clean, even slate. But we got to make peace with the things that are going on within our hearts. We gotta really make peace with the things, the parts of our identity that we're not so proud of, and understand we needed that to happen. All right, you will never put yourself in that position ever again because of that thing that happened. And now you have more empathy in your heart. Now you want to give more. You know, now you listen to people when they speak. Now, like, you enhanced your spiritual being. And to me, that's the greatest form of success that we can hold here, is what you hold inside, the love, you know, the transformation of energies within, and you radiate everywhere you go in your auric field, and how you change the dynamics of every environment that you're in. That's important. That's what we got to get back to. That's what we got to teach these kids, and we got to really, you know, embody it. So, you know, we got to speak it, but show it. When we show it, we don't really got to speak it anymore, you know? Like, they're going to ask questions. We don't got to come out where they're going to ask about it. They're going to observe us because we're always being watched. And if you have something to offer somebody of value, especially something that's of divine nature, the moment that you do it in the area of that person, it's already embedded within them. That's the power that we have, all of us.
Exactly. Stay tuned, everybody. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back right after these messages. Hi, I am Linda Davitas. I am a psychic, clairvoyant medium and certified healer. I have also written a book, My Journey from Darkness to the Light, which is available on Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, and on my website, www.healingsOnTheGo.com. If you would like to book an appointment with me, call me at 917-929-4935. Thank you. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please do like and share the show. Will be greatly appreciated. Okay, I also wanted to bring up a great topic. Also, welcome back, Kendall. I want to talk about, a lot of people have a hard time expressing what they're feeling. So, you know, some people are private. They don't want everyone to know their business, and I totally understand that. But it's not good to sweep your emotions under the covers. You cannot hold things in. Even if you go to the bathroom and talk to yourself, that's a form of releasing. You don't have to share it with anybody, you know? And I find it very important that you have to talk about it. You can't just swallow it. And I know a lot of people that swallow their emotions and then they wonder why they have throat problems all the time. Or, it just affects the body. You can't hold it in. Any way that you need to release it. And I do recommend my healings. Again, you can find them on my service page, healingsOnTheGo.com, where I have a lot of ways to heal, whether it be in person. I also go to people's houses if they need me to. I do a lot of long distance. Healing is the most popular because you don't have to come to me and it's just as effective. I do have 5-star reviews on Google Maps. So I do want to talk about that. Holding it in is not a good idea and things will get better. I know that we all go through stuff and we feel like it doesn't get better, but just sitting down and moping about it is just going to make it worse. And then it's just like you have a dark cloud over your head. Then it becomes in your space. Then when you go home, you know how that feels, Kendall, right? You go into a house and it feels very, very heavy. And it can even take your breath away. You know that this lady just called me recently and she was telling me that she's not feeling good through the phone. I'm like, oh, I hope nothing, like I felt like out of breath because her energy was so heavy. And for her to contact me, she had to be like buried into a dark hole. And I felt it right away.
Earth angel work. Question. How do you protect yourself from that? When someone's calling you, like, do you have like a protection spell? Is it something that you have in play to stop these forces from coming through the phone, if the energies?
Well, to be honest, I was thrown off because I wasn't prepared. I thought she called me to ask me about something she ordered from my life. I didn't expect it to be that bad, and it hit me very fast. So I felt like an elephant sat on me, and I felt like out of breath, even though the windows were open. Then I was thinking, relax, Linda, it's just heavy energy. I'm trying to relax myself. But normally, if I know that someone is going to call me with something so serious as that, because she had demonic energy over her, she couldn't sleep, and I didn't realize it was that bad till I spoke to her. So what I normally do, if I know someone's calling me with bad news, I ask for protection. I say, please, God, protect me from this energy. I also visualize the white light. I take my crystals too, and I ask that I absorb only love. So I do a protection. I also have done a protection candle because I don't want all that on me either. I'm trying to help, but I don't want to overwhelm myself,
It's like once you feel it. There's no real way of like stopping it. Like if you're picking up a phone, it's going to happen. What I mean? You're going to feel it, but you're not going to connect with it as much. You're going to be like, all right, well, I'll get back to you and move on. You know what I mean? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. And her energy was very bad. I mean, I was planning to do her candle as soon as possible because I was free at that moment. But something told me, no, you cannot do it now because I'm being attacked myself. So I had to wait till the later afternoon to do it when I cleared myself. It was really bad, Kendall, because I wasn't prepared. That's why it's good to know. Imagine I screened the calls. Why are you calling her?
Call screeners.
I need to
You
know.
need some energy screeners. Make sure there's no demonic entities on the other end.
Yeah, because it was, and she's like, there was attacking me. I couldn't sleep, and the more she was talking about it, the more it was triggering me. Like something's like on top of me. So I'm like, oh, good Lord, I hope nothing happens to me.
Wow.
Yeah, it was the worst one I felt in a long time. So that's because I do say my prayers beforehand, even when I do healings.
Okay.
And so, protection is really important. I had to learn it again the hard way. I should screen my calls, like I said.
That's it. So learn, right? Learn something every day.
Yeah.
But honestly, lately I've been tapping more into my ancestral line and staying more connected to my ancestors and their energy. And it's been life-changing for me. Because now, before, the way that I used to walk around when I was alone, I felt alone. But now I'm alone, and whenever I'm alone, I don't feel alone anymore. You know, I know now when I look back at my childhood and everything that, you know, things that broke me when I thought I was alone, I was never alone. So
Right.
now, you know, I hope that everybody is gonna take the time after, especially after the show, especially after hearing this knowledge, dropping these gems. I hope that we all take the time to figure out who we are. Unplug from the matrix, unplug from our friends, unplug from everything that we can. You know, we can't unplug from our kids all the time, but you know what? Take an hour for ourselves, you know, and spend it in solitude. Go in nature, figure out who we are, and slowly but surely start to rebuild the version of ourselves that we always envisioned ourselves to be when we were children. You know, and that's what it comes down to. And I'm talking realistic stuff. That's what this full moon was all about. At least for me, from my perspective. And it did bring up a lot of toxicity. And I had
Yes.
to apologize to a lot of people. Some people I had to do in silence. Some people, you know, were cool, but I called them up, you know, personally, apologized to them for my behavior, the way that was, let them know that I appreciate them for everything that they taught me in my life. And I think that that's important for all of us too. We hold on grief. We know we've done things wrong. We got to let them go. We have to make peace with them. If we've hurt somebody, we got to make sure that they know that we're sorry. We got to make sure that we make amends, that we make peace with that, or we're going to hold on to that grief and we're not going to be able to go to the next chapter, because whatever's heavy, the energies that are heavy, when we go to the next chapter, guess what? We bring those there. We repeat the last chapter all over again. End of
Yes.
story. That's
Exactly.
just the way it is now with everything. So these could and your candle healings have helped me out a lot tremendously. You know, and now I do my own. Now I in this,
Good.
you know, my own personal stuff. You know, I do my own. I do my own tarot. I take my own guidance now. You know, I'm tapping more into my energies, but I do it for me and the people that are close to me if they want it. You know, and it's 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 proven to be something that I realize that I've always had in me, and I feel like all of us are born with it. You know how when you're
Of
younger, like your
course.
friends, like you guys can finish each other's sentences, and you know when you're thinking about each other, like you're so much more psychic when you're kids. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like,
That's true.
you know, like your friends, you're like you know you're gonna see them. You think about them, you know you're gonna see them, and you see them like 5 minutes later. Like that's what I'm trying to be at. And I think when we all get
Exactly.
there, we gotta think about the change that we're gonna have for this planet when we all start thinking this way. When we all just like shift it and start getting, you know, clear the mud out. We're the lotus flowers. You know, the mud stage is over. The growing stage is over. The lotus flower doesn't go back in the mud. The lotus flower sits on top of the mud, proud. You know, seriously.
Exactly. And I want to talk about people's projections.
Mm.
What, see, because we also in the Greek religion, they believe in the evil eye, which I do too. Like they might not, you can pick up. So basically in space clearing, we learned that everything has cords, and not only cords, it looks like strands. So if somebody is looking at you, which we, hi Mickey, hi Lorraine, welcome everybody. Thank you for joining. So if it's like a strand and my eye connects to your eye and you have this evil energy, right, looking at me, even though you're protected, sometimes the energy connects from one to the other.
The
So
eye.
that's, yes, the eyes.
Uh-huh.
Yes. And that's when it's the evil eye. Then all of a sudden you don't feel good. You have a headache. So they're like, oh, they gave you the evil eye. But I always say they don't have the power, but it's their energy that we picked up on because we are so sensitive. It connected. So that's the thing. That's why when I know someone's negative, I do not look in their eyes.
Is that
That's
why
for
I think
sure.
I intuitively knew that because I don't. And you know what's funny too? Another thing, when I have negative energy in me, I don't look you in the eye.
Wow.
And I used to always wonder, like, why am I not looking this person in the eyes? I am always looking in the eyes. But when I have something going on inside of me, I won't look you in the eyes. And it's probably instinctively because I don't want to hurt anybody with what I got going on inside of me. You know, now that you say
See
that,
how
it just brings
thoughtful you are?
I try. I try. But I don't want to hurt people. Hurt people, hurt people. Heal people, you know? And I think you got to experience both versions of yourself, you know, the hurt person and the healed person, in order to figure out what it is that you're supposed to do in order to become that person that you're supposed to be, not what this world wanted you to be. And we got to live it. We got to
Exactly.
go in the darkness. We got to go in the light. We got to indulge. You know, we'll go through something. We'll be high, and then boom, hit rock bottom. Now realizing that rock bottom is where we just, we filling gold in the cracks in our foundation, and we, extend it, and we build a mansion on top of that when it's sturdy, and the concrete, the foundation's cured. It takes some time, and
Hmm.
I'm realizing that there's so many different realizations that have come in the last, 2 weeks alone, and I'm glad that you invited me on your show so we can talk about these things.
My pleasure.
These are all the things that I've been. I talk to myself more than I talk to anybody else. These things, so it's good to come out here and share my thoughts and share my heart and share my, my concepts with you guys. I really do appreciate it. But
You're
we're all.
very welcome.
Thank you.
You're
Level
welcome.
level up time for all of us, though. All of us.
Exactly.
I see great blessings coming for all the good people of this planet, all the good ones who have not given up. Trust me, your time is here now. Clear the mud. Clear the mud. It's
Exactly.
time. No projections, no people who have this old, outdated version of you in their mind who just want to inflict pain on you the more they see you shine and rise. That's not happening anymore. You're protected. Go towards your ancestors, ask for protection.
Yes.
You have to. It's very important, because we think that our ancestors and the people that we love leave us. Love does not die. Love is infinite. Love is the vibration of this planet. Love is what keeps you alive in all realms. That's the
Exactly.
bridge. So just be love, spread love, set your boundaries, make peace. And the only way that you can make peace with the destruction is with love. Like, you gotta sprinkle it all over yourself. And again,
Exactly.
it's not about comparing ourselves to anybody anymore. I know we're gonna mess up. It's just like you got this whole graph, right? And this is the programming of, something that was passed down to you, and this is like the wavelength. It's this big, and then now you're consciously aware of it. That's when you ignite, the switch. And
Hmm.
now when you come at it, now it's not that big anymore. And you come at it again, it's not that big anymore. And you come at it again, it's not that big anymore. And then it's just going to be in waves. It's going to be in clusters, but it's going to take time. But the fact that we're consciously aware that we need to change, that we need to work on something that's not our programming, that's where we start to rewire our brain and our programming. If that makes
Exactly.
sense.
It's true. And I'll tell you a funny story with the eyes. Back to that, that my husband a couple of years ago, he was putting eyeliner for Halloween, right? So he goes, Linda, look, they're all looking at me. I have such beautiful eyes. Then within a minute, he's like, oh my God, I have such a terrible headache. And I was like, well, stop flashing your eyes everywhere. Daco, now you want me to take it off you? So he was like so happy. And then he ended up with a migraine. So I was like, never play with your eyes. There you go.
Oh
That
man.
is so funny. That's one reason, I never used to wear the eye. Never. Because I always heard different stories. Oh, it's not good, this and that. So it's funny that ever since I've been loading up on them, like I have a ring of an eye, I have bracelets, I don't feel that tremendous bad energy off certain people that I know. I used to feel it, like my sensitive spot is on my arms.
Mm-hmm.
So if I feel somebody really negative, I feel it here. So
On your right arm.
both of them, like it
Okay.
feels like someone sat on me. So when I wear the eyes, for some reason, it takes like half of it away. I feel it, but not as bad. So now I on my live that I usually go on Saturday, I like got a whole collection. I'm like, I have the earrings and everything. But yeah, it's the symbol. So it's not really like the cross is the protection. It's the symbol that's behind it. And for some reason, it worked for me. So, a lot of people are for it or against it. But to me, I have to say, it did actually help. So that's why I keep them on. And when someone was really negative, it actually broke. The eye came off. So instead of hitting me, it hit the eye. The eye passed out. And then
Really?
it was okay, I swear. So
You're
I
protected,
never,
huh?
yes, I never knew that before, but it was interesting.
Wow.
Anne is writing to you. She said, I'm glad you're here, Candela. You're
Oh,
so sweet, Anne. Thank
thank you,
you.
and
Big
I appreciate you. You're a beautiful soul. Thank you.
hug.
I can't see anything, so you can relay, message to
Okay.
me, and I'll respond to everybody after the show. I
Okay.
can't see anything on my end. I
Yes.
apologize, but I appreciate all of you guys. You guys are always welcoming towards me, and you get my soul going. You keep me on my soul's purpose. It's good to
You
be able
guys
to
are awesome.
speak and be, felt and understood. And
Yes.
I think that every single one of us deserves that, and you guys all give me exactly what I'm going to give you every time you see me. I'm going to make sure that
They
I
feel your love,
appreciate you. I'm going
Kendall.
to drop some gems and drop some love. I'm going to make sure that my mind and my heart's right. I'll never come on here with some bull crap, all right? I'm always going to come on here and give you everything that I got from my higher self. And I owe that to
Awesome.
you. Thank you. This is like,
Uh,
I think we've done like 6 shows already, 5 shows we've done, and we
yeah,
talk all the
about that.
time. And
Yeah.
each time I feel like we grow as a union, as a team. I
Yeah.
think the next step is we get our own show.
We're gonna be
Then,
Regis and Kathy Lee.
we're gonna be better than them, all right? We're gonna be better than them.
Definitely, because we're here to enlighten people.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. See, we're manifesting that. We're speaking into existence right now.
That's right. We're gonna take one more commercial break, and we will be right back. Please don't go anywhere, everybody. We'll be right back right after these messages. Hi, I am Linda Davitas. I am a psychic, clairvoyant medium, and certified healer. I have also written a book, My Journey from Darkness to the Light, which is available on Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, and on my website, www.healingsOnTheGo.com. If you would like to book an appointment with me, call me at 917-929-4935. Thank you.
Hey there! I'm Captain Splish. I'm the superhero swimming. I'll teach you to be water safe with all my swimming skills, along with all my singular friends here in Splish Splashville. Myrtle the turtle, Octi the octopus, Starry the starfish, and that's just a few. You'll learn all about what your body can do. My superpower is to teach with song and rhyme, and that helps you remember what you learn every time. You'll learn to float and you'll learn to swim, from blowing bubbles to jumping in. Each week, you'll learn something new. You'll be amazed at what your body can do. I'm so excited for you to see the show, but now Captain Splash has to go. See you soon. Bye.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please do like and share my live. I would greatly appreciate it. We would like to talk about valuing ourselves and not caring what people think. There came a time many years ago when I first started and I started learning about healings, and they used to categorize me as a witch. Well, now I don't care what they call me. I know that I always send positive energy and never do anything negative to people. And I'm always here to help, whether it is emotional help, which is I've helped a lot of people with suicide, anxiety, stress, abuse, so many things I could go on and on about. And that's why they wrote really nice reviews about me. Because to me, you're not just a person that pays for a candle or healing and then I never hear from you again. I always follow up the next day, the following day, and they become my family too, because you're here asking me for help and I want to make sure you're okay. I don't take your money and just leave you like that. And okay, thanks for the money. Adios.
Yeah. No, that's bad business.
No,
Bad
never
business.
did. I never did. So I want to talk about not being ashamed of who you are, always valuing yourself, and whatever makes you happy, as long as you're not hurting anybody and you're doing the best that you can, that's what's important.
Yes. I would love to elaborate on that, talk about that.
Go ahead.
In the past, I'd say about 2 months or so, I've been working on that, not caring about what other people think, not worrying about the projections from others who are basically old, outdated versions of myself that I attracted, that I used to live in that world, and I used to be afraid of, not even afraid, but I would be cautious minded of people that I used to know, because of the stories that were being told about me and things like that. You know what I mean? Just anything. Or I walk into a room and I think that this person's thinking a certain way when it was just me. It was just me. It's just us. And we don't have to hold on to anything like that. We don't have to, keep these things inside of our minds and keep replaying the broken cycle and keep replaying what hurt us and keep replaying that version of ourselves that can no longer exist anymore. We got to let that be. That we needed that version of ourselves. We needed that. And we got to make peace with all of that, because if we don't, what do we get? What do we get right now?
Exactly. And they always try to bring you down no matter what. Like, I know people that as high as you go, they'll try to knock you. Even if you tell them, I won the lottery, they'll focus on, oh my God, you have to pay taxes. So I've learned that people will always try to bring you down, and who cares what they say, as long as you're doing good for yourself and for humanity, which is so important. That's why I believe we have these gifts to help people, not only to keep it to ourselves, but to expand. And, there are a lot of light workers in this world, and not one person can do the whole job, but that's how they are. It's like serpents that come out, and the higher you go, they try to drag you and pull you down.
Yeah, that crab mentality. It stings too, because it will be the people closest to you that will drag you down.
Yes.
And they will be the people closest to you that see you doing something positive with yourself and try to just bring up that version of you that you needed to grow.
Right.
As they're still on the same energy field, they're telling you right there. If they can't see your light, they're telling you exactly where they still remain. And you should not even lower yourself down to that level anymore. Like, okay, I don't live there anymore, but thank you for telling me where you live. But I'm gonna stay up here. There's a ladder. You know what I mean? I got a castle. I got a wall built around me now, but I got some windows and I got some doors open. But you got to prove yourself to get up here now. You want to stay down there? Stay down there. I don't hate you. I love you, because you are a reflection of me. You are something that I needed in order for me to reflect back at and learn from. So I can't hate you, because hating you is hating me. If that makes any sense. Like, this is the way that I see it. Hating you is hating me, because I needed you in order for me to be me right now. I needed you. No matter how it may look, no matter if we look at it bad or we look at it good, doesn't really matter. Our perspective of ourselves and how we hold ourselves accountable for everything that's happening in our lives, that's the most important thing that we can accomplish here and make peace with, and understand like this is what's going to always open up different doors for us. This is always going to make sure that we are secure within our skin and we are okay with our reality. And if we're not okay with our reality, guess what? We got boundaries now. I got bridges now that I will burn without a second thought now, because I know my worth. We know our worth now. And when you do the work, you can't expect people that have not done the work to see you. They can't see you anymore. The only version that they can see of you, because of their perspective, is that broken version. That version of you that entertained what they were giving to you, drinking that poison. That's the only version they can see of you. And they're gonna see you differently when they go through what you went through. So if you went through all of this work and you just spend so much time and energy trying to change your mindset, mind hack, change your heart, change the way that you move, operate, even the way you look, you do all of this work. How dare you disrespect your soul and yourself to go back and just throw it all away and give it to the wolves? Like, no. We're not doing that anymore. We can't do that.
Right.
Perspectives, everybody has their own perspective. And if we care about all of them, guess what? We're going to be torn in so many different places. How are we going to be ourselves? That's infinite. People are born every second. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
We care about what people think. We're so weak. It's not about what people think. It's about what we know and what we believe within our hearts to be true and of our divine nature. That's it. And until we get to that version of ourselves, we're always going to have these distorted versions that are going to lead us to the truth, but it's going to be a little bit more harder and treacherous because we're not living in our righteous way of being. And we've all been here long enough to understand this. It's just a matter of making the choice now. What is the choice that we're going to make? What is the choice? I'm not making any more excuses to being a crappy person anymore. I don't even care if you hate me. If I don't care what it is. I love you because I know loving you is loving me.
Exactly.
It really is. It's very simple. No matter what anybody else thinks, as long as the thought and the choice that you acted upon brings you peace, and brings you happiness, that's all that matters anymore. So the projections, the people deflecting, all that gaslighting, all of that stuff, the moment that they triggered that stuff, you back away from them so you can come in your own energy, and then you meet them back if you want to, and you see how it feels. You test it. But if you don't like how it feels, then why are you even gonna go and put your battery through that, that strenuous action again? Why are you gonna do that? It's our reality, it's our action, it's our faults, it's our glory, it's everything is us.
And you don't have to tolerate it either. They think, oh, you're spiritual, you shouldn't get mad. We have emotions too, yeah.
We got the heaviest of emotions. And that was another thing too. So I thought that being spiritual, I thought that when at first I had to like let people walk over me. And I did it for like 2-3 years. I'd say about 3 years. I let people walk over me. I was breaking down my ego. I didn't realize it. I was breaking down my ego because if a person said a certain word to me or said certain things to me, I would fight them. I would attack them. Who I am now, I wasn't. But I had to be that version of me. And then I didn't like it, especially knowing that, I have other people looking up to me. I'm like, I didn't like this version of me, so I would have to bite my tongue. And I would go home and I would beat myself up. Damn, I should never let that person disrespect me like that. But then again, I wake up the next morning, it's like, I'm not in jail. I still got my teeth. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't lose a friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, like seriously, it's just, again, like you say, it's perspective. But,
and what they're teaching us, exactly. Because they come into us to, like, kind of challenge us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, you're supposed to be nice and sweet. Well, we are nice and sweet, but we don't let no one down talk us or talk to us like crap. You know what I mean?
Listen, as light as a person can be, as much light they radiate, that's how much darkness they have. Understand that. So the happy people that you see, just know that light has just as deep as darkness within it, whatever it is, because it takes a lot of darkness for a person to come to a point in their life where they just want to love and they just want to shine light and they just want to see people happy. That person has gone through a lot, hell and back 25 times.
Yes.
And they're here. So don't rattle that cage. Don't, because now we're at a level right now where everybody's getting instant karma. Everything you do is coming right back to you. Doesn't matter. There's no waiting for it to come around the corner anymore. It's coming right back. Trust me. And I practiced it. So when I speak, I know what I'm talking about. I practiced it. I practiced holding negative energy in me for the past, off and off in the past year. I practiced going out sad. I practiced going out angry. I practiced going out happy. And I made my conclusion to every effect that happens when I hold these energies within me. So when I speak now, I'm literally telling you based off of my own analysis, but I don't think that we're all different. I think we're all the same in one sort, but I think that if we all just get to this level where we understand that how we treat our world, how we treat each other is a reflection of us, and that's what we're going to live in our temples. If we just accept that and learn from that, we would grow so rapidly as a race, as a collective.
Exactly. Instead of down talking to people, I went into a store and this lady had this most beautiful glow on her face. And I told her, I said, you have such a beautiful smile and beautiful energy. And then she goes, oh, my child, what I went through to get there. I was like, oh, wow. So see, through her turmoil and everything, she became her whole aura was glowing. I was like, wow, that's gorgeous. I really admired her. And you too, Kendall. You have a nice glow. Everyone feels your love. Anne was just writing right on, Kendall. Well said. So, yeah, it takes a lot of work, but the ending is all good because nobody's angel. We're all trying to work through our own stuff. We're trying to heal our stuff, and we're doing the best that we can. We're expanding our healings to people, and you learned Reiki too, right, Kendall?
Yes. I learned Reiki. I am doing more healing on myself than anything. Like I said, in my dog. I heal my dog, and his best friend. But yeah, I've been. I'm not up to your level yet, but.
Oh please, yes you are.
I'll be there. I'm no Linda, not yet.
You're even better.
But you know what? So this is. I was just thinking about this. I'm always thinking outside the box. I'm always thinking about things that trigger me. One of the things that used to trigger me was, and this that was triggering me up until not too long ago was, me thinking that other people were like copying me or like,
yeah.
you know, and I realized this, right? And this is, I'm going to drop this gem for everybody, just in case there's people out here in competition with other people or thinking
Yeah.
that
Don't
someone
you hate
stole
that?
your stuff, that someone stole something from you, stole your idea, that started with you. I'm going to clear the record with you. They didn't steal anything. What now is a reality is a part of you lives within another being. You know what I'm saying? Something that you created, that you started, that started within yourself. Somebody else is repeating. You know, so make it good, make it great, make it great. I'm serious. Make it great. Make people remember you the way you made them feel. That's the vibe I'm on right now, and it's serving me well.
Exactly.
People
Well,
don't
you
care
know,
about your name; they care about how you made them feel.
exactly. And so, you know, I try to think of it in a positive way. Like if I don't usually feel anyone's copying me, but let's say if I did, or my daughter's like, oh, I hate that they're wearing what I'm wearing. I said, take it as a compliment that they admire what you're wearing and they want to do the same or wear the same. It must look really good on you.
If it's good, we're family now. Hey, you know what I mean? That means you love what I love. You know what I mean? That's just the way I'm looking at it. Like, you can't copy me. You know, when you're authentic, nobody can copy you because you're the number one copy. You know, they can only replicate, and now you see copies of you everywhere. Is there? And again, this is why this eclipse. Things that were inside of my head, what I was thinking of, that would trigger me in a certain way and have me stop and like hide all of my ideas and not share from my heart because people were copying me. But I'm looking around now, I'm like, I see so much stuff on the internet now that I was doing a long time ago, and I'm like, listen, I helped this. You know what I mean? I did this when it wasn't cool, and I know my tribe members and the people that I'm connected to on social media and everywhere around me, I know they were a part of it too. So it's like, keep being you and stay authentic and understand that, you know, who you are and what you hold within your vessel, it matters. It's here for a reason. We all have gifts and we all got to share them, but we got to accept them first, and we got to understand who we are, understand who we are. No more understanding anymore, because I feel like understanding right now is just us not really getting it. Understanding, feeling it, living it, and operating from that level.
Yeah, and also they can copy, but they can't copy your style. We all have different styles. We do things very differently. It's like going to two real estate agents. One will be very sweet and kind and very welcoming, and the other one could be cold and doing the same jobs. So it's always how you present it too.
Yeah, and, this is true.
You know,
this is true.
So
it is
totally different.
Yeah. So again, guys, the moral of me and my speaking is all of these things that trigger you in a negative way that are going to continue to come up, you know, people, places, things, thoughts, habits, they're going to come around, but we got to breathe and we got to meet them with a higher perspective. Now we can't continue to operate from down here. And this is, I'm telling you this from my own personal experience, and I feel connected to you, genuinely connected to everybody. People think I'm crazy when I say this, but I solely do mean this. I feel okay. I'm connected to everybody. No one can change that perspective. You are. So your teachings are my teachings, whether it's negative or positive. It's my perspective, and it's vice versa with me and you. And the best thing for us all to do right now is to clear out the junk. You know, the toxicity. We got to get rid of it. You know, next full moon, know that we spent, you know, the last, 29, 30 days shifting ourselves and making positive changes. Nothing's going to happen overnight, but each time we go back to the thing that we're trying to accomplish, each time we go back to it, we have more experience. And that's all that is. We have more experience now. It's not taking us that long to say, you know what, I was a jerk. You know what I mean? Like, we know right away, I'm so sorry that I did that. And we're correcting it. Before that karma comes, we're just correcting it. And that's our karma, is do the correction of making another person feel, you know, like you feel you being empathetic towards them and taking accountability. You're healing them and they're healing you back, which is kind of it's crazy, but it's the truth. It sounds crazy, you know, but when you start practicing it, you realize that this is real. I have the power to uplift, or I have the power to destroy. Whatever I choose, I'm gonna get back in return.
We're all creators. That's right. Everything has consequence. So it depends what door you want to visit. You know, what path are you going on? And it's going to bring you more of that.
That's it.
Where could they find you, Kendall? We only have like a minute left.
You can find me on our Rare Breed Universe on Facebook, and on Instagram, you can find me on Rare Breed _617. And you can go on rarebreeduniverse.com to check out what we got going on in the future.
Well, this show flew by because it's always such a pleasure to have you on. Thank you so much, Kendall. And you know you'll be back again.
I'll be back again. Well, listen, we're manifesting our own show, all right?
That's right. So thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. It's been a lot of fun. Have a great night, everyone. Stay blessed. Thank you so much again.
Beautiful. Peace and love.
Have a great night.